Hi friends, we are back. Today we are starting a new book. We are starting Diary of a Wimpy Kid, number 1. So my goal is to try to read every single one of these. I like them. I think they're funny. I know you guys like them. And I'm going to read them in order. So that way I'm going to just have them all on my YouTube channel. So they'll be available. Alright, so Diary of a Wimpy Kid, number 1. Alright. I actually read this book when it first came out. Geez, I don't know. What was I in? Like 5th grade or something. I remember begging my mom for it. Alright, so we're starting at September. Tuesday. First of all, let me get something straight. This is a journal, not a diary. I know what it says on the cover, but when Mom went out to buy this thing, I specifically told her to get me one that didn't say diary on it. Great. All I need is for some jerk to catch me carrying this book around and get the wrong idea. Like he called him a sissy and punched him. The other thing I want to clear up right away is that this was Mom's idea, not mine. But if she thinks I'm going to write down my feelings in here or whatever, she's crazy. So don't expect me to be all Dear Diary this and Dear Diary that. The only reason I agreed to do all this is because I figure later on when I'm rich and famous, I'll have better things to do than answer people's dumb questions all day long. So this book is going to come in handy. Gregory, tell us about your childhood. Were you always so smart and handsome? Here's my journal. Now shoo. Like I said, I'll be famous one day, but for now, I'm stuck in middle school with a bunch of dummies. Let me just say for the record that I think middle school is the dumbest idea ever invented. You got kids like me who haven't hit their growth spurt yet mixed up with these gorillas who have to shave twice a day. Out of my way, runts. And then they wonder why bullying is such a big problem in middle school. If it was up to me, grade levels would be based on height, not age. But then again, I guess would be kind of mean to kids like Shirag, who would still be in the 1st grade. So it looks like that guy is pretty short. Today's the first day of school, and right now we're just waiting around for the teacher to hurry up and finish this seating chart. So I figured I might as well write in this book to pass the time. By the way, let me give you some good advice. On the first day of school, you got to be real careful where you sit. You walk into the classroom and just plunk your stuff down on any old desk, and the next thing you know, the teacher is saying, I hope you like where you're sitting because these are your permanent seats. That does happen when you get older. So in this class, I got stuck with Chris Hosey in front of me and Lionel James in back of me. Jason Brill came in late and almost sat to my right, but luckily I stopped that from happening at the last second. Is this seat taken? Yes. Next period, I should just sit in the middle of a bunch of hot girls as soon as I step in the room. But I guess if I do that, it just proves I didn't learn anything from last year. Greg, will you please pass this note to Shelley? Why, certainly. Ha ha ha. Aw, but the note says Greg is a dork. Man, I don't know what is up with girls these days. It used to be a whole lot simpler in elementary school. The deal was, if you were the fastest runner in your class, you got all the girls. And in the 5th grade, the fastest runner was Ronnie McCoy. Nowadays, it's a whole lot more complicated. Now it's about the kind of clothes you wear or how rich you are or if you have a cute butt or whatever. And kids like Ronnie McCoy are scratching their heads wondering what the heck happened. The most popular boy in my grade is Bryce Anderson. The thing that really stinks is that I have always been into girls. But kids like Bryce have only come around in the last couple of years. I remember how Bryce used to act back in elementary school. Girls are stinky poos, yeah. Well, I don't think girls are stinky poos. But of course now, I don't get any credit for sticking with the girls all this time. Like I said, Bryce is the most popular kid in our grade, so that leaves all the rest of us guys scrambling for the other sports. The best I can figure is that I'm somewhere around 52nd or 53rd most popular this year, but the good news is that I'm about to move up one spot because Charlie Davis is above me and he's getting his braces next week. I try to explain all this popularity stuff to my friend Rowley, who's probably hovering right around the 150th mark, by the way, but I think it just goes in one year and out the other. So that's his best friend Rowley. Wednesday. Today we had phys ed, so the first thing I did when I got outside was sneak off to basketball court to see if the cheese was still there, and sure enough, it was. Cheese. That piece of cheese has been sitting on the blacktop since last spring. I guess it must have dropped out of someone's sandwich or something. After a couple days, the cheese started getting all moldy and nasty. Nobody would play basketball on the court where the cheese was, even though that was the only court that had a hoop with a net. Then one day, this kid named Darren Walsh touched the cheese with his finger, and that's what started the thing called the cheese touch. It's basically like cooties. If you get the cheese touch, you're stuck with it until you pass it on to somebody else. So it looks like he's got the cheese touch. The only way to protect yourself from the cheese touch is to cross your fingers. But it's not that easy remembering to keep your fingers crossed every moment of the day. I ended up taping mine together so they stayed crossed all the time. I got a D in handwriting, but it was totally worth it. This one kid named Abe Hall got the cheese touch in April, and nobody would even come near him for the rest of the year. This summer, Abe moved away to California and took the cheese touch with him. I just hope someone doesn't start the cheese touch up again, because I don't need that kind of stress in my life anymore. Alright, so that was 2 days worth. So we will start next time on Thursday. Alright, and one of Miss Natasha's pet peeves is when I see you guys folding the pages as bookmarks. Don't do that. Use a bookmark, which I have one around here somewhere. Yeah, I'm going to use this money from India as a bookmark. Alright, and this is our very own school copy of Diary of a Wimpy Kid. So that's why I also want to treat it extra nice, because I'm sure the librarian will thank you for it. Alright, I'll see you guys next time.